Hey friends, thank you for joining me here and hanging on his words. Before we get started, I just want to ask if you would kindly subscribe to me over on Rumble. I have no idea how long I'll be here on YouTube. So guys, I have a backup channel over at Rumble. If you would, please go subscribe there and click the notification bell to make sure that you are notified for when I do release new content. As always, I want to thank all of my kind donors and supporters who support this ministry. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, so I want to thank you. And just a huge Patreon shout out to Daniel, Douglas Berry, and Wickety. Thank you guys so much for your kind support. The guest for today's presentation is Mr. Binyam Girma. Binyam reached out to me a little while ago through email and said that he had watched one of my videos, one of my more popular videos on biblical cosmology, and was surprised at my understanding of what the scriptures say regarding the topic. And so he wanted to provide us Western believers in Christ a depiction about what their church and tradition believes regarding biblical cosmology as well. And so I decided to have him on to present biblical cosmology according to the Ethiopic Orthodox Christian tradition. It's a very interesting presentation. However, I'll admit that it's a little hard to understand. Binyam tried his very best to present in English, so you'll have to really pay attention to what he says. I also want to just put out a general disclaimer that I do not agree with several aspects of the creation model that he does present, as well as just some of the assertions that are made throughout the presentation. That said, I wanted to give Binyam the chance to present as he would his understanding of biblical cosmology according to his tradition, a tradition that spans back thousands of years. I really do hope that you guys enjoy the presentation, and with that said, here it is. Hello, Binyam. How are you doing today, brother?
I'm fine, Ken. How are you? I'm fine.
Not too bad, brother. So you have a presentation here that you've created for my audience to watch, and so I really appreciate you coming on and doing this for us. It's a real treat because I've never had the privilege of talking with somebody in a far off distant country who has a completely different Bible than mine. So this is really special for me. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me for to share my my religious view on the creation of the world. So we can see on the presentation. So
absolutely.
Okay. This is the content of the presentation. First, we introduce the Ethiopian Church. I'm from Ethiopia. My name is Binyam. I am from Ethiopia. So I will present you the biblical or the church view of how the church views the creation or the cosmology of our earth. So we will see. First, we introduce the Ethiopian Church, what it is, the church view on creation, how and why God created the world, and these 6-day creations. There are 20 worlds. We'll explain them in detail: the fire world, earth world, water world, wind world, and how night and day occurs, how the season occurs, the 6 gates of the sun and the moon, how gravitational force, how the church explains the gravitational force, Behemoth and Leviathan, ዓለማት and Negev, and this world overall shape. So
covering quite a bit there. Lots of interesting things in that table of content. Yeah.
The Ethiopian Church is Ethiopian Tewahedo Church is one of the oldest church. It dates back to the 4th century. It is one of the oldest. Ethiopia is one of the first country to accept Christianity as its country's religion in the 4th century. So it's very old church.
Mm-hmm.
So it uses a Greek alphabet, which is unique in Africa, and it has its own liturgical calendar. As you know, we are in 2017 right now in Ethiopian calendar.
Yeah.
So it has its own liturgical calendar. It is the home of the Ark of the Covenant, the True Cross, and one of the more notable things is its Bible. it has more books in any other church. It's about 88 books, which is 66 of the King James. So it's more.
That's one of the more fascinating things that I found is the book. When I first discovered the book of First Enoch, and I started reading it, and I found out that your canon has several more books than the canon that we have here in the West. I was baffled by the fact that how can this be? How can you have more books than us? What are these books? So we started reading these books here. Me and a buddy of mine, we have a show we called Honor of Kings, where we discuss some of these books that aren't in our canon, and we go line by line and we dissect them and we compare them and contrast them to the canon of 66 and the theology that's in the canon of 66 here in the West, and we see what do they line up at all. And so the book of First Enoch, we 100% agree that book should be in our Bible. So it's interesting that your Bible contains these books.
Yeah. Because Ethiopia is isolated for a long time because of the geography, there is it keeps its original form. There is no outside force that attack or change the way of the church. It's separated or isolated. So by this way, it keeps all those books in the monasteries in the church. So the book of Enoch, the book of Jubilees, the book of Esdras. So there are many. They give us many informations about the history of the world, the history of human beings, the creation of the world, and they give us many details. So in addition to those books, there are owl books. They are called owl books, meaning they are children. Owl is children in Greek. So they are books which is composed from the Bible for specific purposes. They are not contradict with the Bible, but they are like child books for the Bible. They are theological books, which is the early fathers wrote for heresies. When heresy rise up, they answer for that heresy. So books like that. And so books which is for the order of the church, liturgical books, book on baptism, book of prayer books. Those are composed from the Bible for specific use. There are administration books, Hyman books, calendar books like Abu Shakr, day keeping, books on history, books on the lives of the monks, the saints, those kind of how they live, how they pray, how they like in the Bible, the act of the apostle. This is the life of the early fathers or the saints which comes after that. So we can learn from them. There are different philosophical books, and there are books on creations also. There are different books. Physaligos is one of the books which narrates or describes the behavior of animals.
Okay.
The book of Fitrat, another book of Fitrat. Sina means beauty. Fitrat means creation. So it's elaborate the creation, how God created this world. Another book is the book of Oxymaros. Oxymaros means the 6 days, which explains in detail the creation in the Genesis. The Genesis is one chapter, but the book of Oxymaros explains in very detailed way. And most of the information are found in this presentation are from book of Oxymaros. It is found written by Saint Epiphanius, which is the early church father. The book of Mystery of the Heavens and Earth is another book on creation, which explains the heavenly order of the angels, that kind of subject. So it has a rich information on creation. So the church view on the creation is based on the scriptural evidence and insight of the early church fathers. Every student who pass in the church educational system must learn this creation of the world, because this is very important subject.
It is.
All because if some member of the church or some member of the church have a distorted view on the creation of the world, he might doubt the creation of the creator. One of the ways God is revealed is with his creation. When we see any one creation thing, we will think about the creator. So if you have distorted view on the creation, we might lose it's very crucial study of study.
I agree. If you don't have a proper view on what the Creator created as revealed in the Word, then it'll distort likely your understanding of who He is. And we experience that here in the Western world. We experience that because a lot of Christians, I would say a majority of Christians here in the West, and just people here in the West in general, have a heliocentric model view. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. I assume you probably have heard of it, where there's this Big Bang cosmology, and then the sun is 93 million miles away from us, and we do an orbit around the sun once a year, and we're a planet and within this heliocentric model. And so people have adopted that view, and Christians unfortunately have adopted that view to the point where it does interrupt their understanding of how to understand God himself, because it places him so far away from them instead of closer and more intimately within his creation model as revealed in his word. And so I agree with what you're saying there.
So it's very, very important to know, everybody must know about this creation model. So to teach this creation model, the church use, in addition to the text, the church use image illustrations to depict the creation of the world. Some of them are found in these manuscripts. This is the book of Tabiba Tabiban, which is called Tabiba Tabiban, which shows how the God created the world. As you can see, this is the sun and the moon in the firmament. Above them, this is the waters above, and these are the angelic cities, or where the angels live. So God created them as like layers. This is another depiction on the world. It shows in layers, like this is called, it's written Midr, which is earth. Then the lower sky, Samai Tatai, the Tafar, which is the firmament. Mai Lailai means the water above, and Samaya Berhan means the heaven. So they put it in layers to show to the understanding in layer form. There is another image. This is a man looking in telescope through a constellation. There are the sun, the moon, the stars, and these are the constellations. Above that, there is angelic beings. So this is how the church understands, and they try to depict it in image form. Another very amazing image found in the Dagmai Lalibela Church. This is the church. If you know Lalibela, there is a rock-hewn church of Lalibela. They are carved from one single church. It's carved from one single church. And Dagmai means the second Lalibela, which is secondary one. So they are carved from one church, like without any power tools, and without any machineries, with hammer and chisel. So there are many inscriptions and symbols found on this wall, in this church wall. One of them are the cosmological model of the Earth. As we can see, this is one of the world. This is the sun. This is the moon. These are the stars. These are the birds. These are trees. These are mountains. There is below there is a fish on the ocean, and above them this is the firmament in the shape of a dome. So when we colorize to make it simply, this is the was depicted on the wall. So
Right.
They know exactly what the shape of the earth means.
Binyan, how old is that inscription? How old is that? Do you know roughly?
I think this is this is I think it's 15 years or 16 years.
Oh, okay. So that's a new. That's a pretty new carving. That's
Yeah.
new.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
new. It's new. Yeah.
Okay.
Early in the, so let us see in detail how that image is formed, how that understanding is coming. So how did God create this world and everything? Why he created from out of nothing to existence. This shows is ultimate sovereignty and omnipotence. Angels and mankind are created to praise God, to worship Him as He is willing to share His divine glory and eternal life for us. The others, plants, animals, are created to serve us. Like the sun is to shine, the animal to eat. We eat them. We drink the water. The others is to help to support us.
Mm-hmm.
And another way is another is to admire His magnificence through its creation. We can learn from by when we see the creation, we can admire His magnificence. So created with this purpose. And the Holy Scripture says that all creations are created on 6th day, completed on this day. But if we count creation individually, we cannot accomplish it. But however, if we can categorize them in nature and lifestyle into 22 types. There are 22 types of creations.
Mm.
So in the first day, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. According to our church, God created 8 creations. Those are the first, the fire, water, earth, wind. These are the four elements. Then God created darkness. Then God created the 7 heavens. Then God created angels and light. When in the Bible, when we say the heaven, God created the heaven and the earth, it collectively calls them the heavens. But they have 7 parts inside them, which 3 of them are angelic cities, which is Io, Rama, Era, which is the living space for angels. Jerusalem Samaritan, which is heavenly Jerusalem or the New Jerusalem, Samai Wudud, the utmost heaven, the throne room of God, and Prariam, which is the highest world. So all these are created. After the 7 heavens are created, God created the angels and put the angels in the cities. Then as the last, God created light. So these 8 creations are made in the first day. There are 2 ways God created creation. The 7 are then created from nothing, from non-existence to existence. The other way of creation is by combining those existing creations. The 7 creations that exist created by non-existence to existence are fire, wind, earth, water, darkness, light, and angels are created from non-existence to existence. God created these 4 elements according to His character. As a fire is powerful to burn and destroy all things, it shows God's might. Water is wash away dirt and make things clean. It symbolizes God's purity. As a wind separates grain from chaff, it symbolizes God's righteous judgment. As the earth is strong and carry all its creatures on it, it symbolizes God's omnipotent nature. So these four elements, basic elements, are created from his own character. So by combining these four elements, the rest 15 creations are made. These four creations are their own characteristics. There are opposite. They can be similar. For example, fire have dry and hot. Fire is dry and hot. In hotness, the common character with wind, and wind is hot and moist. Water is cold and moist. Earth is cold and dry. So they are the same characters. They can opposite. They can similar to. So they can be light. They can be dark. The direction can be up and down. We can categorize them in tangible form. So these are the characteristics of the four elements. On the second day, God created only one creation, which is the firmament. The firmament is strong as glass. It's used to carry the water above, and it's to make the sun and the moon to shine their light downward. It's colored blue to think. When we see the blue sky, we think our heavenly lives. So by this way, only the firmament is created on the second day. In addition, there are 9 creations until now. So,
Binyam, real quick, one question there for you, brother. Can you go back to the previous slide?
Okay, this one?
No, the one right after that.
The firmament?
The firmament,
No?
day 2. Yeah. Yeah, day 2, the second day. Yeah. No, sorry. Go to the second day, the firmament, with the firmament. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
Yes. So does the church believe hold on a sec. Is it
Which one?
Just go to
This
day
one?
number 2. Yeah, the second day. Yeah.
Okay,
Does your church believe that there was only one firmament on day 2? That where it says in Genesis 1:6-8 that he made the firmament right above our heads, but then in the picture it depicts other levels, heavens, right, which were created on day 1. What are the heavens made of? Is it not like a firmament structure in your view?
Yeah, there are 2 types of heavens or skies. There are water skies and fire skies. The above are fire skies or fire heavens.
Okay.
There are 2 water heavens. The Hanos, the water above, and the Tafar, the firmament is water skies. So they can divide into water and sky, water and fire.
Okay.
Okay. So in the third day, God separated the land from the water. There is God created this livable space in the second day for creations that come to. So the world is filled with water, only water. There is no dry place. The earth is mixed with the water at that time. The water in the earth is mixed completely. So God separated the water with the land. Then the water surround the land. And in that day, God created 3 creations: vegetable that can pluck with fingers, trees, and cereal and grass plants. These 3 creations are created. On the 4th day, God created this, the sun, the moon, and the stars. Until this day, the light and darkness surround the earth in a 12-hour cycle. But after that, the light collectively rise to the southern heavens, and the darkness collectively gather to the darkness place, which is the Borbanos, which is the bottom of the world. So sun and moon are created. Sun is created from fire and wind. Because it's fire, it's hot, and because it is made from wind, it can move. And additionally, light is added on the sun. Moon and the stars are similar. They are created from water and wind. Because they are water, they can cold. They are cold, and because they are made from wind, they can move. They move. So, and additionally, light is added to them. So they are made from three elements. In the fifth day, God created three creations. Those are animals which completely live in water, like marine animals, like fish, sharks, dolphins. God commanded the water to breathe for these animals. So animals live completely in water. And there are animals which live both in water and earth, and the water birds, or the amphibians. We can call them amphibians.
Yep.
They can live both in water and land, and water birds, which is birds which live only on water. So these three creations are created, and the two great animals, the behemoth and leviathan, also created on this fifth day.
Mm-hmm.
On the sixth day, God created four creations. Those are the beasts of the earth, which is the wild animals, the cattle, and the livestock animals, and birds, and flowers, and man with a living soul. This signifies, this shows that the beast of the earth is represented by lion. Like when we see the God's throne, there are four living creatures facing the lion, represent the beast of the earth. The cattle represented by ox or a calf. So there is the four living creatures. The second phase is the calf, and the bird, the eagle, is the third phase, and man or is the fourth phase. So according to those characters, God created these four creations. And man is created from 7 elements. Those are the 4 elements of flesh, which is found on any animals, which is the fire, the wind, the earth, and the earth. Because we are made from fire, our body is warm. Because we are made from wind, it's shown we can breathe. Air can go out in. Because we are made from water, it's shown by our blood and our bodily fluids, and water also are found in our body. And our flesh and the skeleton is considered to be our earth, because our made from earth. So these 4 elements are found in any animals, but the unique thing is the element of soul. There are 3 elements of soul, which is heart, the ability to think, word, the ability to speak, and the breath of life. It goes breathe on Adam's nostrils. So these are the unique, what make the human unique. So humans made from these 7 elements. And according to the method of creation, we can categorize the creation into 3 groups. There are creations that God created by completely silent, by his thought. Those are fire, water, wind, earth, darkness, the 7 heavens, and angels. Why did God create the seventh day by silence or by thought, because there is no one to listen. So God created by without any word. After angels are created, angels can listen. So God created the rest by saying word, by speaking. Like, let there be light, let the firmament divide the waters. The third day, the fourth day, the fifth day, and the fifth day, creations are made by speaking or by word. And man is created by doing. God created by let us make man in our image. He did not command it by word. He make him by doing. So this makes man special from any other creation. So these are so far we see these 22 creations. If we add the 6-day creation, we reach 22. So in the seventh day, it is Sabbath. God rested on the seventh day. So it's completed in 7 days. So these 22 creations are placed into 20 worlds. There are 20 worlds the church teaches, which the 22 creations are live inside. So there are worlds of fire, worlds of water, worlds of earth, and worlds of wind. There are 9 fire worlds. Their collective name is Koreb. Arayam, which is the highest world, Membara Mengus, the throne room, Samai Wudud, which is the uppermost heaven, Jerusalem Samayat, which is the heavenly or the new Jerusalem, Iyo Rama Error, which is the angelic cities. These are the 3 angelic cities, Sea of Fire, and Gehenna. These 9 are the fire worlds. And there are 5 earth worlds. Their collective name is Dudalib. This world, the earth we live in, Gannat or paradise, Sheol, Behera Biswan or city of the living, Behera Biswan or city of the blessed. These are the 5 earth worlds. There are 4 water worlds. Their collective name is Nageb, Hanos, which is the water above, the firmament, which is the firmament Tafar, we call it Tafar, the water surrounding others, and the deep waters below. There are 2 wind worlds. His collective name is Azib, Babil, and the Great Wind. So let us see them in detail. Tsarariam is, which is the highest world. There is nothing above this heaven. Is found all above all heaven. There is nothing above it. It resembles a tent. Its boundaries, its heights are unknown except by God. It's like a roof for Membaramangas, which is the throne roof of God. So Membaramangas is the next, which translates to throne room, which is the God's throne is found. It's rectangular in shape. It's heaven. It's when God revealed Himself for prophets, for any creation or angels. This is where He revealed Himself. Like the prophet saw Him in this, when the apostles saw Him in this heaven. And there are 24 elders around this throne, which is burning incense, and it has 7 veil of fire. It is where all souls will go. After when we die, we will have to go to this heaven and get a judgment. So all souls must will go and receive temporary judgment. And the Samai Wudud is the 3rd heaven below. It is base for Membaramangas. The 4 living creatures on each found in 4 corners carrying this Samai Wudud. Its boundaries are connected with Ra-Area. So it's like Ra-Area, this the dome, which is found on the it is the top of the, it's like a roof for መንበረ መንግስት. መንበረ መንግስት, which is the throne of God. This is God revealing himself as a Trinity. This is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And this is መንበረ መንግስት, the throne of God. Around this is the 24 events. So the መንበረ መንግስት is founded or the base of the መንበረ መንግስት is ሰማይ ውዱድ, which is carried by the 4 living creatures on the 4th side. This is the prophets on the vision. They saw this when the God thrones, when they say the God throne, this is what they see. And
Right.
below ሰማይ ውዱድ is Jerusalem or the heavenly Jerusalem.
So
These
Binyam,
3 parts.
sorry to interrupt you. I got one question really quick. So
Okay.
the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, or just the Oriental Orthodox Church in general, you guys, you're Trinitarian, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you believe the Trinity from the Nicene Creed?
Yeah.
Okay.
We believe it.
Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to
Yeah.
clarify that point, because
Yeah.
great
we
presentation so far. There's a few details I don't agree with, but I'm interested, and I might ask for clarity along the way, just for my audience.
Okay, no problem. You can
Okay.
interrupt me or ask any question.
Yep, go ahead.
So,
Sorry.
below it, there is Jerusalem Summit or heavenly Jerusalem. So when we see the church architectural design, they are trying to replicate this heavenly order into earth. It's made in this shape, like dome shape. So it has 3 distinct partitions. The church has 3 distinct partitions in it. All the church have this. Most of them are circular, even though if they are rectangular, but they must have these 3 distinct partitions. The
That's really
central
neat.
part is
Cool. Yeah, that's really cool. That your churches are trying to
Yeah.
resemble your depictions of what you think is up there. That's really neat. Our church buildings here don't try to do that.
Yeah. Okay. The central part is called the Maqdas, or the Holy of Holies, which is the Ark of the Covenant found. In every church, there is a replica of the Ark of the Covenant. In every part, there is no church without an Ark. So the Ark is placed in this central part, which is the Ark is considered to be the throne of God, like መንበረ መንግስት, which is the upper. And ቅድስት is the middle part, this the yellow part, which is the priest burn incense during holy liturgy, like this. They circle, they stand on the ቅድስት part, then burn incense like the 24 elders in the sky. So the outermost section is the place for clergy to perform liturgical harmonies. They are like angels performing hymns around the third part. So the church tries to copy or replicate the heavenly order on earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really neat, because here at the Protestant and Catholic churches don't believe that the 24 elders are angels. They think that they're men, actual men like you and I, but it's a forward future event where these elders are before the throne of God. I don't believe that. I believe what you said. I think they're angels. The 24 elders are angels. So I find it fascinating that your church has 24 priests that kind of mimic what the elders are like up there. That's fascinating to me.
Yeah. And the 4th heaven is below Jerusalem Summit, which is the heavenly or the New Jerusalem. It's rectangular in shape. It has 12 gates. There is a tabernacle described, the Ark of the Covenant in it. This is what the Apostle Paul and the John write and describe. So it's found below ሰማይ ውዱድ There is no one inside it right now. It is after the final judgment, or the righteous soul, when the righteous soul is placed in Jannat, which is the part of the earthly world. This is the final world which is open after the final judgment. When we given the new bodies, we will inherit this heaven. So it is closed. No one is inside it, except Our Lady Mary. In our church, we believe only the Lady Mary, the Mother of God, is inside it. She did not need to wait for second judgment. She's already the Mother of God, so she's inside this heavenly Jerusalem. So it's the final eternal place for the righteous, where God created. And below this, the heavenly Jerusalem, there are 3 angelic cities. They are called Ior, Rama, and Error. Ior is the first, Rama is the second, and Error is the lowest part. So they are connected in this order. Their size are equal. The number of angels in these cities, angelic cities, are unknown. Only God knows them. But according to their, we can group them into 100 sub-tribes and 10 main tribes. In tribes, we can classify them according to their work and their shape or their. So there are the 10 main tribes have their own archangels. God created them 10, 100 sub-tribes, 10 main tribes, and 10 archangels. And the first group of angels, which is living in Ior, are there are 4 angelic tribes created in Ior first, but now there are 3. The first are called Agazet or principalities. Their leader was Samael, who is now the devil. These are the group of the devil, Agazet. The second one is Cherub. Their leader is Cherubim. They are like they resemble like a priestess. Their faces like a man and lion. The Seraphim. Seraphim is their leader. They are like eagle and the cow. They are like diacons. They serve like diacons. The fourth are highlight powers. Their leader is Saint Michael. So these are the 4 angelic orders. The next are which is angels living in Rama. There are 3 tribes in Rama city. There are Arbab dominions. Their leader is Saint Gabriel. They stand before the Trinity like stewards and horses. Menabert or virtues. Their leader is Raphael, Saint Raphael. They serve in the form of shields and swordsman. Sultanat authorities. The leader is Suriel. They protect all creatures, and they announce the judgment. These are the angels that announce the judgment day. This is one idea. The cherub and cherub could take 2 from cherub, take 2 from seraphim, so they can hold his throne. So the rest of the angels are placed on this. He only took 2 from this angelic tribe. So there are angels in the tribe of angels in Error, which is the lowest angelic city, are Makwanant. Their leader is nobles, or their leader is Saint Sadakael. They are who gathers the bone after the judgment. After the judgment day is announced, they are collecting the bones of the humans for the second resurrection. The second is Likanat or scholars. Their leader is Salatael. They are companions of the horseman of Trinity. They are angelic protecting animals. Malaakt or angels, the leader is Ananiel. They protect the sun, the moon, the stars, and the planet, and vegetations, not animals, except animals. So these are the angelic cities. When we see these are the 7 heavens. Following the fall of the devil, God, devil take inside them there are 10 tribes. There are 10 tribes. Inside them there are 100 tribes. There are in Agadh tribe there are 10 sub-tribes. So the devil take one of them, one tribe with him. They worship him like he's God. So the rest of the Agadh tribe, which is the 9, is added to highlight the powers, which is and all the angels. Saint Michael becomes the leader of all angels. So there are 9 tribes now. To feel that the one tribe, God created man. So God created man to feel that 9, to make it 100, like perfect. The 8 fire cities are. These are the 7. These are the 7 heavens. The 8th is sea of fire. Sea of fire is found between the firmament and the waters above the firmament. Is in between. Its size is like in this world. This is like a chasm. Between the chasm there is a narrow path, like a width of hair. So all souls must pass through this chasm to go to the Membera Mangast, or the throne room of God, to get temporary judgment for our soul. So if a righteous person is dead, they must pass the sea of fire. First they must pass the sea of fire, then they stand before God. And angel of light tell his righteousness, his work to God. So God give him 4 days, order the angel to visit 4 days heavenly Jerusalem, to visit the heavenly Jerusalem, 3 days in Gehenna. Then they place him in paradise. So he visits the heavenly Jerusalem. He become happy. Then he visits the Gehenna. What is how the devil is, the fire, all that scary thing. So then they put him in paradise. If the person is sinner, after his death, they must have crossed the fire. When they cross the sea of fire, the righteous souls are supported by the angel. When they stagger, the angel supports them not to fall down to the fire. But if it is a sinner, he will fall onto the fire. But he passes through the fire, while the angel of death push it into that fire. So
Interesting.
Yeah. After that, the sinner soul stand before God, and the angel of dark speak, tell to God what he did, how he didn't obey the order of God, God's commandment. So God ordered to put his life, his soul, 7 days in heavenly Jerusalem. So they put him 7 days in heavenly Jerusalem. So he regret while he see that beautiful city. If I did not make anything, this is my place. So he regretted his work. After that, they put him in Sheol, which is a temporary place. Sheol and paradise are temporary. After final judgment, the people in paradise will transfer to heavenly Jerusalem or the New Jerusalem. The people in Sheol will transfer to Gehenna, which is like Gehenna and the heavenly Jerusalem are closed not now for people. They are not closed. They are closed. No one is allowed. No. After the final judgment, they are open.
And only Mary's in there in your tradition? Only Mary?
Only Mary. Yeah. Only Mary is there.
Okay. Yeah, my reckoning or my sequence of events that takes place after the death journey is quite a bit different than what your church teaches. But this is very fascinating to me to see what you guys think happens.
Okay. The last fire realm is fire world is Gehenna, which is originally created to punish the devil and his followers, the follower angels. But man follow his works. If man follow his way, the man also put into Gehenna. So it is eternal place. It's a very terrifying place, but it's not originally created for man. It's created for the devil. So this is the until now this is the 9 fiery world. Then there are 4 water world. Common name is Nageb. Hanos is the water above. Whereas God, the world is filled until the 7 heavens with water, and the fire and water and earth is mixed, like they are mixed together. So the God divided this water into 3 parts. The first part stay above, 1/3 of the water stay above, 1/3 stay below, 1/3 is merged into a firmament. So the water above have very important purpose, that is to cool down the firmament. Inside the firmament, the sun and the moon are circulating. So if there is no water above the firmament, from the intense heat of the sun, the firmament might crack and fall down. There is analogy in the book of Aximaros describing this situation, which is if you put a clay pot empty in a fire, after time it will crack down. If you put it, if you add water in it, it will stay. The water will take the heat, so it will stay in that form. So this is similar. The Hanos, or the water above, cool down the firmament, not to crack down and fall to the world. So
that makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's made from water. The firmament is made from water, but it's strong. It's like a solid. It's not liquid. It's like a roof for earth. It's where the moon and the sun and the stars are inside him. Like it's colored blue for our putting our life, heavenly life. And there is the third water, which is surrounding the water. When the God separates the land and the water, there is the water surrounding around. So this is the water, the third water world. And for this, the waters deep below. Below the earth, there is huge amount of 1/3 of the water. So these are the 4 water world. When you see graphically, this is this is the water above. This is called Hanos. This is the firmament. In the firmament, there are the stars, the moon, the suns, and there are gates of the sun and the moon. These are used to change the days, the weeks, the seasons are changed when the sun changes 6 gates. These 6 gates are found in the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch explains how this sixth day works. So the firmament can connect with the earth. This is a place called ዓለማት. Like this is a horizon. Horizon is like imaginary, but this is the real place. This is where it ends, the sky and the earth meet. So this is water surrounding the earth. Okay.
Sorry. Great job, by the way. The luminaries, the sun and the moon, are they're in water? You guys think that they're in the actual waters that are above the firmament?
It's inside the firmament. They are inside the firmament. There is path for them inside the firmament. So the circle inside the all this is the firmament. All this is the firmament. Like
right.
So
I see.
Inside. This is not only this is not the firmament. All these are the firmament.
Right.
So they are inside it. Yeah.
So the waters above are just below the sea of fire. The waters above, and then the below the waters above is the firmament. Is that what you're saying?
This is the water above. This is the firmament. This is the firmament.
Right. Okay, so the line starts there. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the wind. Wind. We will see it further in the presentation, but all this is the firmament. So there are the waters deep below. Because they circulate, the sun and the moon circulate the earth, the night and day are created. The church believes that the sun have give a light for specific for some part of the world, for the other part will be dark. So when he circulate, the night and day are created, and the sun takes 24 hours to circulate to its original position. The moon takes 24 and 51 minutes, which is 51 minutes later. And the stars, all the stars and planets are considered to be stars. They describe it, they are stars. But all the stars circulate the earth, like the sun and the moon. They circulated in 23 and 56 minutes, which is faster than the sun. They are faster by 4 minutes. So the planets are just their stars, but they make what makes them unique. They are a little bit brighter and they have their own motion. At the same time, they move forward, and at the same time they move backward. So that makes them unique from the stars. So how the season occurs is the sun circulates the earth through different paths. Sometimes it circles the earth in narrow paths, sometimes in medium, sometimes in wider paths. So there are different paths. Each day the paths may become wider or narrower. If the sun starts her journey in the narrower circle, when it circulates every day, the path become wider, and it reach its widest part in 6 months. After that, it will continue to decrease. It become narrow. So when the sun reaches its original position, it will take him 6 months, another 6 months. So in a year, it completes its cycle. So this is why the seasons are created. If the sun moves from the narrow circle to the middle circle, winter occurs. When the sun moves from the middle circle to the wider circle, the autumn occurs. So when the sun moves from the wider circle to the middle circle, when he returns, the summer occurs. When the sun moves from middle circle to the narrow circle, the spring occurs. So these are why the seasons are created.
According to Enoch says that the fourth gate is when the spring equinox takes place. It comes through the fourth gate, and then it continues, like you said, it widens its diameter, and then it ends up right back to the fourth gate again. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
The gates, 6 gates.
These are the 6 gates. This is the fourth gate, which is like in the middle part. So this is the 6th gate we have seen earlier from the top view. So the sun starts from, if you consider, if the season, this season created, the winter season is created when the sun moves from the first gate to the third gate. When the third, which is the narrow part, to the middle part. So when the circle, it takes them one gate to about 30 days. So the 3 gates takes the sun about 90 days. Additionally, 1 plus 1 day, so 91 days for one season. So the governing star, or the star which is visible in this season, is Helman Malik. The characteristics is water, which is cold and moist, which is the June 26th, the solstice. The solstice will occur. So the autumn is created from when the sun travels from the 4th to the 6th paths. The governing star is Barcheel. Its character is wind. It is where the equinox is happening. And the summer is from 6th gate to the 4th gate, when the sun returns. The governing star is Narnael. It's fire. It's December 26th is it's the solstice, or I think summer solstice. Summer solstice. So in the spring, it is when the sun moves from 3rd gate to 4th gate. It is the governing star is Melchiel, and its character is Earth, and it is when the equinox is happening, spring equinox. This is the according to the Enoch, the book of Enoch, how the season and the Earth, the sun's journey in the firmament. This is the path inside the firmament. This is the path which is driven by wind. So
Binyam, really quickly.
Okay.
Really quickly, brother. So I and a lot of the people that follow this channel that hang on his words here, they keep the calendar of Enoch and Jubilees. It's like a solar calendar. Okay. So we keep that, and I made a calendar. I don't know if you can see it.
Okay.
We're in month 10 right now. It's a solar calendar, and it's based off of everything you just described pretty much there in First Enoch. So we keep that kind of calendar.
Yeah, the book of Enoch describes clearly all the calendar, or which the season have 91 days. The year have 364 days.
Yeah.
Which is different from the now, which is 365 and a half days. So
yeah,
it's nice. Maybe you can share me the calendar.
Sure.
Okay. And there are 5 water worlds. Those are the Earth, Gannet, Seol, Behera Bitsuan, or the city of the angels, city of the living, and Behera Heawan, city of the blessed. The Earth, this is the Earth, what we live in. This is where all the sinners or the righteous, the oppressed, the killer, the saint, all live on this world. All people are born or come to this world from this world. Or all people which is gone to Gannet, Seol, Beerabitan, and Beerabitan come from this earth. So Gannet, the second part is Gannet. Gannet is located at east upward, from east to east part of this earth, but higher up. It's like a floating. It's like floated above. So it's people. It's for people for life righteously by obeying the laws of God, and it is a temporary place because after the final judgment, all this earth world will be destroyed or removed. So it is a temporary place. After the resurrection, the second resurrection, the people in the heaven will transfer to the heavenly Jerusalem. Then the Seol is located west of this world, in the west part. The west part is like temporary place for the sinners. It also non-believers are going to. Any Christian person or who believe in Christianity can go, which have the true faith. The person who have a true faith but doesn't have the work can go to Seol because of his bad work. But after time and willing of God, the saints which are now in heaven or which live on earth, and angels will pray for him because he have the true religion. After time, angels or saints can send to put that soul out of Seol. So people can go out from Seol. It's not a final place. But if it is not if he did not have the true faith, or if he unbeliever, if he is a believer, no one will pray to rescue him. So they will transfer to, after the final judgment, they transfer to Gehenna or the hellfire. Behere Biswan, this is the two are interesting. Behere Heawan means the realm of the city of the living. These are found on the north part of this world, higher up. They lacked Gannet, but Gannet and Seol are get into by soul after people are dead. But Behere Heawan and Behere Bitsuan, or the living of the soul, can be accessed by flesh without dying. So there are saints taken away from God from earth by God's will. They are not dead, they have physical body, they live in purity and holiness, worshipping God, only God. There are no sinners or like any mixed kind of thing. They do not give birth, they do not die, they do not marry, they do not engage in sexual relations, they do not eat, they do not drink. They praise God like angels. Among them are Enoch. Enoch is taken by God and he is placed in Beera Heawan, not in paradise. Enoch, Elijah, the Apostle John, in our country, in Ethiopia, Saint Yared, Abuna Rage, there are many. The church believes there are people which are Beera Heawan.
Quick question, Binyam. One quick question. Okay, so are you guys saying that Enoch and Elijah never died they went up there.
Yeah.
They went. So they're alive up there right now.
Yeah, they're alive. The reason is in the time of the last time, when the Antichrist they come back to live, like they preach the way of the God. So God keeps them until the last day.
Okay.
They are very powerful prophet. Enoch, Elijah, and the John. They are very prophet. So God keeps them is Beherehan to the last day. There is no one. It is very difficult in the time of Antichrist. So they come from Beherehan to teach the way of God, the law of God. They confront the Antichrist. After that, they die as martyrs.
Okay.
So,
what do you think?
Everybody must.
Yeah, I agree. Where it says in Hebrews, like it's appointed for every man to die and then judgment. But what about Jubilees? So I believe Jubilees is a book that is scripture, and obviously you do too, because that's in your canon. So what do you think about? I think it's around chapter 7 where it talks about Enoch dying. Enoch died. It says in chapter, I think it's 7.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like if he dies, how can he go up to Bera Hewan, the realm of the living?
Yeah, I think it's like die from like separated from this world. I think the meaning is to separate from the world, not in the. If you see his age is 300 something 60 time. The others are like the 900, the Methuselah or the Adam. They are like 900 range their age. So it's taken early in its own 300. I think 360.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop you there. I just wanted to ask what you thought about that, because Jubilees does say he dies, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So they are taken, but they are not died. They will come at the time of the Antichrist to confront him. And the Behera Bitsani is similar to Behera Hewan. It is found in the south part of the earth, higher up. They departed from the earth in the Old Testament, in the time of the prophet Jeremiah. They did not want to see the fall of Jerusalem, so God keeps them and puts them into Be'er Bisan. And the people in Be'er Bisan do not wear clothes. They instead they have a garment of light. They live like Adam, like the original lifestyle of Adam. So men and women live separately, but they meet at the time of marriage, and they give birth three children, 2 boys and 1 girl. They give 2 boys and 1 girl. And the first boy will be given to serve God. He become a priest, and the 2 children will get married, and they like to continue the seed. This is the difference. The people in Be'er Hewan, or the city of the living, they do not have any marriage or sexual. They do not have children. These are the Be'er have that, and they live for 1,000 years each. In our church believes Jesus Christ visits them among the saints, Saint Zosimas of the land of Palestine, and Evangelist Matthew also visit Be'er Bisan. When the apostles divide the word to evangelize the world, the part which is given for the Matthew is include Be'er Bisan. So he go to Be'er Bisan and preach the gospel to them and evangelize them, baptize them. So, and another saint is Saint Zosimas. It is found the story of this Be'er Bisan found on the act of Saint Zosimas, or the life story of Saint Zosimas. So it gives us a very great insight how he goes there, how he get into that living place. This is how they live. He saw that and he write it, and it's found in the Act of Saint Zosimas, in the book. So these are the two, the final two early worlds, and this is Gannat. As you can see, Gannat is, they are found below the firmament. They are not outside, they are below the firmament. Gannat is higher up from the five. Next, Behera Hawan, next below it, below it, the earth we live in. Below our earth, we found Seol. So in brightness, Gannat is the brightest of the five. And next, Behera Hawan is more brighter. Then Behera Bisan is bright. This world is become darker. It's brighter only from Seol, and Seol is darker from this world, and Barbados is the darkest place on these twin worlds. So above Gannat there are the seven heavens, which is inconceivably bright. So these are how God placed them. And the rest, the two wind worlds are the common name is Azeb. There is a Babil wind and the great wind. Babil wind is they found between the Hanos, the water above, and the firmament below. So it is a gentle wind, those two. And there is a great wind, which is below all the creations. This great wind carries all the load above it. So it can divided into 12 groups. The four of this wind are called winds of mercy. There are gates in the firmament for in each corner to let in fire and wind. So these mercy winds get in, breathe the earth and give life and give to refresh us. But the rest, the 8 winds are winds of wars. Or when God is angry, they are released. So they create tsunamis, they destroy all things, that kind of thing. So in the last days, they all released and destroyed all this fire world. So these are 8 winds of us. So there are 24 springs in each corner. There are 3 for fire, 3 for wind, 3 for earth, 3 for fire. So in each corner, this is. So if we ask, if we wonder, God placed fire and wind below, and the water and the earth are placed above. How did this happen? How did this make sense? When we ask this, we try to answer the gravitational force. Water and earth are heavy. Their nature are heavy. So they, if nothing can hold them, they descend down to Barbanos or descend down continuously. And wind and fire are light. If nothing can cover them, they will rise up. So wind and fire are placed under, water and earth is placed above, so they can balance each other. So they can balance, they can stay in stable position.
So that's how gravity works. Okay.
Yeah. Because all creations are made from these 4 elements, the quality or the quality of when one element is greater than the thing will float out or for example, if we heat water, the water will get the nature of the fire, which is also rising up. So it will rise up in the form of evaporation. After the heat is separated from the water, it cooled down, it will return to its original water behavior, so it will fall down. So in any object, the quantity of this four elements make the object to float up or to fall down. If
buoyancy and density.
Yeah, it's buoyancy and density. This is written in the book of Axiomals. How if
I'll have to read that one. I haven't read that one yet.
Yeah, it's found on Goods. Maybe some translation you can find. It's also written, I think, in Greek. Heximaros is kind of heximaros.
Okay.
That
there's none in English. None in English.
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. If you can find one for me, you can send it to me. I'll read it. That'd be great.
Okay. I will. I can try it into different libraries, but I don't. In my knowledge, I don't know it. So,
maybe you can do it. Maybe you can take the gears and translate it into English for me.
Yeah, I will try. This is the beginning. Yeah, this is the ideas all taken from that book.
Right.
So the object, if the object has these two, the water and earth character, it will fall down. It is wind and fire character, it will float up. From the force, four of them, fire is the lightest, then wind, then water, and earth is the heaviest. So the next thing is Behemoth and Leviathan. These are the two great beasts God created. Behemoth is greater from any terrestrial animal, and Leviathan is greater from any sea creature. Leviathan lives inside a water. Behemoth lives in the there is a desert around the world, like in the atmosphere or the foundation of the where the firmament and the earth connected. It's live around that. So they are created in the fifth day. Their arrangement, they are like, if the earth is like a waist, they are like a belt. If the earth is like a finger, they are like a ring. They circulated earth. Their tails are connected. They are tied up, but the heads will grow each day to reach each other. That is the time when the earth will the final times will known when they are touch each other. So what they eat, if you ask, they eat 1,000 from the terrestrial animals. Behemoth is 1,000 from the terrestrial animals, and Leviathan lives 1,000 from sea creatures. And these are the creatures when saints become some level of sainthood, when they reach some kind of sainthood, they reach, they allow to see them. One of them are Abuna Zarabruk. They are considered a saint in our church. They go to their place. They saw how these things live, and they even count their tooth. They are very great animals. They even kill people, animals, with their sound. Even their sound is very powerful. So God give Abuna Zarabruk to the ability to see them by not afraiding them. If lion is scary when even lion is scary, not behemoth and leviathan. So they go to their place, they count their tooth, they see. So this story is found in their life story, their act of Abuna Zarabru. There is a book, full book about the life of Abuna Zarabru. So there is Armas and the Nagev, which is the two mountains which separate the Behemoth and the Leviathan not to come our place and not people not to go to their places. They separated us by three parts. This is where human live. There is an ice wall surrounding the earth. There is a fire. After that, there is Nagev mountain. Then there is the Leviathan lives and Behemoth lives. Then there is Armas mountain. So these are the ice, the fire, and the Nagev mountain will separate the human world and the these great creatures. So they are not coming to us, and we are not going to them, unless we are some kind of a sainthood. And these are the 7 parts. When God says the God creates the world in part in 7, these are the 7 parts. One is given for human, one is given to the ice, one is given to fire, Nagev mountain, Leviathan, Behemoth, and Armas. This is the 7 parts how the God divided all the earth. So we completed these 20 worlds. These are the general image. When we combine them, this is the general image. What we this is what is the Prariam, this is the Mandaramanga, Samai Wudu, the Jerusalem, Samai, Heavenly Jerusalem, the angelic cities, your Rama error, the waters above, the sea of fire, the Babil wind, the firmament. Inside the firmament there is sun, moon, and stars, and there is Gannet, paradise, Bera Heawan, Bera Biswan, the gates of the water, the fire and wind around the earth, the Behemoth and Leviathan. This is where we live, and below us the Sheol, and this is the foundation of the earth, and this is where the earth rests upon water, and below water there is fire. This is the Gehenna. This is what where the devil and his followers will be punished. And this is the great winds, and this is the lower darkest Barbanos or Tartarus. So this is the 20 worlds. So in our church, when we go, when the image of God or the image of Trinity is drawn, it's always they are drawn holding a circular thing. It's said that God hold all the 20 worlds into his palm like an egg. So the overall shape of the world is like an egg. It's revealed in the Nicene Creed, in the prayer of faith. God created the visible and the invisible, and created all his creation are like his in his palm. God is out of this world, out of this 20 world. Even though he is represent himself or reveal himself in the throne of glory, in his throne, he is out of this world. No world can contain him. So he is outside, holding these 20 worlds in his palm like this. So the earth is like a sphere or an egg for God. So this is the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to do that, Binyam. I appreciate it. Yeah, there was a lot of work I can see that went into that. Obviously, thousands of years of work. Your church obviously did a pretty good job at compiling and illustrating all the various elements of creation and all the details that all the prophets and some of the writings that you guys adhere to that are outside of the Western world canon. And yet you put it into a really nice visual for us today. So I appreciate that. It's really fascinating when we actually take the words of the prophets and we try to, show it on a screen to see kind of what it looks like, right? So yeah, really, really good visuals. I must compliment you for the visuals. They look beautiful, actually. I'm a little jealous. It took me a couple years to make the visuals that I have. They don't look as good as yours, so they look really nice. So I want to thank you for that, for your time and your presentation. Though I don't agree with a lot of it. There's a lot of details in there I don't personally adhere to or think are within scripture, but that might be a whole different topic and discussion. But I do adhere to a lot of the books in your canon, though. Jubilees and First Enoch specifically. And that's where a lot of these creation details are located, right?
Yeah, some of them are the commentaries, the Bible, the traditional books, the traditional language. They give us more detailed and explanations for this creation. So only even the book of Enoch and the book of Jubilees have commentaries. In each verse have the commentaries. They explain it what that verse means. So the church all things are not written. When we hear from the fathers of the church, or when the prayer books, some things of prayer books, or many other books, like the Act of the Saints, out of the life story of the saint. This is all this book combined to give us this image. There are not only one book that completely explain it. There are some details found here. For example, like I've said earlier, in Behera, the information about Behera Biswan is only found in the Act of Saint Zosimas. So, if we did not read the Act of Saint Zosimas, we cannot understand maybe there is there is as well is called Behera Biswan, found in any other text, but the detail is found in that Act of Saint. So, in the references, the Act of Saints can give us more details when they visit, when they interact with this, when the people come from that world. So these books, not only the Bible or the canonical books, also these award books, first mentioned, the children books of the and oral tradition of the makes us give us more details and more explanations. So
yeah, you have to go through different books to find a whole picture, right? Because it's not all in one book, which would be nice, but it's not. So you have to do a lot of digging in different books to compile every detail. So yeah, you guys did a really good job. I appreciate you reaching out and providing me with the material that you did give to me in the email, and then you were gracious enough to come on here after I invited you to do a presentation on what your church believes regarding creation and the cosmological model. So I really do appreciate your time, Binyam.
Okay, I'm very thankful for you too. Thank you very much.
Excellent, brother. Maybe we'll have you on again, and we can discuss some of the differences between what I see as true and what you guys teach in your tradition.
We can discuss again. Maybe we can add some details
Yeah.
to clarify things. So
Excellent.
Okay. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you, Benyam. I appreciate you, man. Have a blessed
Okay.
day, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you very much, Ken. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.